the CR250 build complete, the next step was to let this girl see dirt for the first time since the rebuild. In order to preserve the Cerakote on these engine covers, I installed some engine guard grip tape from Pryme MX. These guards are awesome because they can be added and removed with no permanent effects, and they look really good too. While I like the look of that Honda red lettering, it'll look gorgeous as ever should I ever remove these engine guards. With the guards installed, it was time to let this girl eat. And don't forget, you can get entered to win this bike by following the link in the description. First ride on the CR, let's go!
Hondas really have like a big hating like KTM's do.
I am what I am, I'm a hooligan.
What song I can rap word for word? Super Bass by Nicki Minaj.
Oh really?
So nervous.
She's about to see dirt for the first time. I mean, she's seen a lot of dirt over the years, but not in her current glory.
Any other bike, I feel like. Feeling good getting caked in two-stroke smoke.
That's a ripper!
Aww.
Oh, I love you, buddy. Wow. Wow. Couple quick laps to get comfy on the thing, see if we need to do any adjustments. Power feels great. Rear brake is too low. Oh my god. Oh, the power is crazy good. Wow. This thing feels awesome. So smooth. Holy cow.
How is it?
It's amazing.
Is it?
The suspension is really good.
Really?
Yeah.
That's gonna make me want to get suspension done.
It feels really good, dude. The motor's great.
Sounds good.
Feels perfect. Freaking rips, dude. So the first ride went unbelievably well, barring just a couple small fixes we need to make. We lost an exhaust bolt, which is not surprising to lose a bolt or two on the first ride of a fresh two-stroke. I completely forgot the bag of tools I packed right here. And the chain did stretch a decent bit, so I need to tighten that. The rear brake pedal could benefit from being raised a little bit. And it's time to install this high compression dome into this Phathead Racing cylinder head, make some adjustments to the SmartCarb, and then swap the 91 octane fuel in the tank for some race gas. I'm not sure I'm ready for this bike to rip even harder. Step one, let's get her cleaned up. Swapping out a dome in a Phathead Racing cylinder head is this easy. All you do is pop out the existing dome once the head is removed and slide the new one in. For fuel, I'll be running VP U4.4 mixed at 32:1 with Yamalube 2R. U4.4 is oxygenated fuel, which leans out the mixture since it contains liquid oxygen. Thus, the carb setup needs to be made richer to compensate. So I switched out the metering rod in the SmartCarb, which was a simple process, and I also learned how these metering rod adjustments work. The metering rod is essentially like a needle in a traditional carb, except it has 150 clip positions instead of 5, and you can adjust it with the carb and bike fully assembled. I set the carb back at its baseline settings to start and then began reassembly. For that missing exhaust bolt, I picked a new one from my Fast Metric bolt kit and was sure to put a little stuck nuts thread locker on it to prevent the bolt from vibrating out again. After adding coolant and getting the bike buttoned back up and shined up, I emptied the tank of that 91 octane fuel and replaced it with a race gas mixture. I did a little tuning in the neighborhood while enjoying the sweet smell of that race fuel as well as a crisp sound from that Hygge and Pro Circuit pipe combo. She's ready for a race gas test on dirt.
That's as far as I'm gonna go. My ankles hurt.
Dude.
Just frothing.
Frothing, baby.
Absolutely frothing, mate.
So the test at Radersburg with that high compression dome and the SmartCarb adjustments with race gas went unbelievably well. So we're out here in Anaconda, Montana at the motocross track. I'm here with Daniel Schmid from DSC Motorsports, who, as you recall, built the suspension for this bike. When Daniel's not building suspension, he's out winning pro class races in the CMMX series. Today, he's gonna throw a bike. So he's gonna throw a leg over this bike today to enjoy the fruits of each of our labor on this thing and let us know what he thinks about it. Don't forget, you can get entered to win this bike. As soon as we're done riding it, I'm gonna get this thing all cleaned up, back to perfection for one of you to win it in December.
take you long to get comfy, it doesn't appear.
It's a Honda, dude. I feel right at home.
Freaking shredding that thing.
This thing runs really, really good.
Hell yeah, dude. Glad you're liking it. Well, a little dry out here today, but fun nonetheless. What'd you think of the CR250?
It was a little slick. It definitely would have been a lot better having a little bit more traction. But honestly, a part of that was kind of good because you got to test a lot of the low end power on this bike, running a little bit of a gear high. And with that, two strokes tend to need to be clutched to pull out of that. And this one didn't. I was actually very, very impressed with that. You know, I could run third around a couple turns and lug the bike to where I did have traction around a slick turn, and it would just build through the power and keep pulling. The other side of that is the suspension. When the ground's dry and hard, you feel everything. You feel every pebble, every rock, every bump. It is a good test for suspension, and that felt super good today. We did a couple tweaks, softened things up a little bit, and slowed the rebound down on the shock. But overall, suspension was super good right out of the box. I was very impressed with these tires. I got to ride my own personal Honda 450 today before I jumped on this one, and I actually preferred these tires over mine. So that was cool. I don't think we touched anything carb-wise. We didn't really touch anything. We didn't tweak anything. We set sag before we got going, and we just rode today.
Yeah, well, it was super fun seeing this bike get tossed sideways. So thanks for all your hard work on the suspension, and thanks for keeping a rubber side down today.
Yeah.
Pleasure watching you rip it.
Thank you for having me out.
Yeah, thanks so much.
It was fun.
Gonna spin a couple laps on the CR250 here. Oh, you guys, I built a badass dirt bike. This thing absolutely rips. Cleanest build yet. Wow. I'm not much of a motocrosser, but damn, this thing's fun. Holy cow, this thing is so much fun.